And here is the video review for TFC Toys Hercules, the sixth member, the final member, MADBLENDER. The Mixmaster analog here in the TFC Toys Hercules combiner. And he's a nice little figure. I like him a lot. Also, big thanks to TFC Toys for sending me review samples of these guys. I think they've put together just a really awesome figure, and I just want to thank them a lot for helping out with the reviews and getting the product out there and getting it hyped and getting people to buy it. Not that I really think that I had anything to do with people buying it, because it was just an awesome figure. So also, thank you TFC Toys just for making this. This is really awesome. Anyway, on to MADBLENDER. You can see this is going to be part of his barrel, but he does have this rifle here. I've got his small gun attached to it. This piece under here is the handle for the big rifle for Hercules, and I'll go ahead and show you how we do that. Basically, this normally would plug onto here, and he comes with a red one of this with the translucent red plastic with another black handle. And the translucent red figures or pieces I left at home. I don't. They look cool together, but I'm not a real big fan of the red. I like the purple. So anyway, so you take this piece and you attach Neckbreaker's piece right onto the front like that. And then you take Heavy Labor's piece and Structor's piece, snap them together like that. I think technically Heavy Labor's piece should have the post pointing up. You can do it either way. It gives you a little bit more clearance. But you can do it either way. And then you take this is I'm trying to think of his name. Dr. Crank's piece, and you attach it on like this. So you have a piece like that. And then, it's not Structor, Exgraver. I'm trying to remember all of their non-actual Devastator names. Exgraver's piece plugs in backwards as the scope, and then you see it plugs in here, and there's a small little slot that pegs in right here. And then you take the Neckbreaker and MADBLENDER piece and plug it on right here underneath. And then you have a giant rifle for Hercules. And we'll get to that later on. MADBLENDER himself, these guns all around here, he does have the head gun here that you can also tap off, and that's going to end up being the middle of the chest plate when you combine him into Hercules mode. And again, we'll get to that later on. It combines with the wings that came with the Structor. All these guns are the barrel pieces, and like even these pieces down on his legs split in half. It splits into 8 different pieces. And you can attach them all over. He's got pegs on his arms. He's got pegs up here, these wheels, pegs on either side of his head, which is where you've got them. There's actually, you can plug one in over here. There's actually 2 pegs here, so you could, if you wanted to, peg in 2 different weapons onto these shoulder pads. The first time you plug anything in there, it's kind of rough, but you can have double weapons up there on these. And personally, that's why I like it. If I don't have any of the guns attached, I like to fold these back against his arm so you don't really see him that much. But you've got all kinds of display options with him. Now, getting the barrel together can be kind of tricky. And what you want to do is, you'll notice like the front of the barrel is a little shorter than the back of the barrel. If you look at these pieces, line them up, you'll see one's a little shorter than the other. So what you want to do is get 2 of the different back pieces here, and then 2 of the front pieces, and you'll see how they have different connector points. This one has that. So this one should, put it right here. Oh, got it backwards. It's kind of a puzzle. But basically these are going to match up like that. And then you're going to want to get, here we go, like this, and then these 2 will snap together. So make a half like that, and then do it again. You can do the lower half and the top half, but that won't work connecting it. You want to do it like this. Make one whole half of the barrel. And then do the same with the other 2 pieces. And then what you want to do is take this, and see, now you can see this will rotate through the barrel. Take that half, and take that half, and snap them together. They do peg, and you can spin the barrel on this thing. Now they do peg together fairly tightly. But as long as, when you pull it apart, you don't want to pull it apart this way at first. Just pick a lengthwise seam, and you just kind of want to go down it like that, and just then come to the opposite side and just kind of slowly pry it apart the first time you get not really even the first time, anytime you get it. That's the correct way to get it apart. You don't want to just yank and pull, and then it'll come off, and then you can just pop it apart. Like I said, you don't want to yank too hard because you will end up ripping some of these out of their posts or stressing the posts. So just take it easy. The first couple of times it's really rough because it does come packed pretty tightly together, but easy enough to do. And then to continue transforming the robot, you got to bring the arms up. These arms are part of the trickiest part of the robot himself. You want to go ahead and pull that piece off. Just let it hang on his back for right now. You got to bring the arms. You got to fold the hands in. Rotate these up, and then like that. Yeah, it's like that. Hold on. Even with the instructions, these things are tricky as nuts. Yeah, okay, you want to fold this up like this. There we go. Up like this. Bring this around. And is it just like that? For some reason I thought it sat differently. Hold on, let me spin this around. Maybe like that. There we go. Yeah, okay, you want the rear lights. There we go. You want to fold these down like this, and you want the rear lights facing out. Push his head down. Durr. So now that you got that, you bring these up like this, and you want to kind of have these sitting out. You don't want them all the way pushed in yet. Because you bring these up like this, you fold the wheels down like that, and they just push into the sides there. Then this piece comes down, and these two pegs right here go right in here, and then you bring these up like that, and plug that whole back end together. Just like that. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Don't know why that ended up being such a pain in the butt. Squeeze the feet together, flip those up, flip these pieces on the bottom forward. And then what you're going to do is you're going to rotate the waist around, and then you actually rotate just these pieces with a little purple on them, just these lower leg pieces rotate. Just like that. And that allows the cab to fold up at the knee up into the body, just like that. And it has a little hinge there so you can turn. And then, let's see, is it this way? Hold on. There's two different ways to configure this barrel. There we go. So that's stop that. That's vehicle mode. You want to have it so these ridges right here face forward on the vehicle, and then that allows the drum to plug in. It spins. You can attach this back here. That's where it's stored behind the head anyway. Here we go. Yeah, so the ridges on this in the front, there's like some little detail designs. And that is the vehicle mode. And again, he's got the cab can turn a little bit, which also gives him his ankle movement in foot mode. So there he is like that, and again you can store his weapon in any of these pegs in vehicle mode. And then to transform him into the foot, you want to pop this off. You can see here's the connector back here. You lift this up, you pick this up, and you turn this whole assembly around, and then fold this back. And that basically that moves this back a little bit, gets it out of the way, then just hook that back on, and then flip the cab up, and that gives you foot mode right there. And we'll get into Hercules in just a second. But that's foot mode, and then again, this is going to become the chest piece. And if you want, here's one of the things that they don't show you. This is supposed to be the foot mode, and it does kind of compress the cab back. If you want the cab to sit out a little bit further as a foot, you flip these down too. That helps supports the back. And you actually, for foot mode, you want to flip these down as well. Basically, what these pieces do is they hold the cab up off the wheels. So they're kind of rolling here because I've got them on some paper, but keeps them from just kind of rolling freely with these down. But what you want to do, like I said, if you don't want the, you can actually peg this in as well to hold that tight in place. See, there you go. Now it's not, again, paper, but holds that really sturdy. If you want the foot out a little bit, you sacrifice a little bit of stability. not much. It's still totally capable of standing. You can actually pull these out on this transformation joint here. Kind of rotate that up, flip these back. You can actually have them stand like that, which brings the cab out a couple inches further and makes it look more like a foot. And you can flip these down right here to support back. They don't provide a whole lot of support, but they will give you just enough stability to keep him from falling backwards if you knock him by having these down. But you can bring that cab up a little bit more forward if you prefer to have it look more like a foot and not have that cab stick all the way back. People were complaining about the peg leg. I think it looks okay pegged in, but he still moves at the ankle and everything. You can do it this way and have that look more like a foot. So anyway, that is MADBLENDER. He's very awesome, and we'll go ahead and get him combined here with Hercules. All the other guys are in vehicle mode right now. So let's get him in Hercules mode, and we'll do another video just kind of doing an overview of Hercules finally combined together as one giant robot. But there he is, MADBLENDER. Again, thank you, TFC, for bringing all these great figures to us. Hercules is just an amazing combiner, and really, really like him. So there it is, TFC MADBLENDER.